guys rock! Huh? Oh, are you freaking kidding me? Oh, Johnny looks good. Oh, Johnny looks so good. Oh, Johnny's into Johnny. Oh, is Johnny really gonna start his special by referring to himself in the third person for the entire first minute? Oh, Johnny, a bad move, Johnny. Nah, I'm cool. You guys dig me, you guys like me, huh? Washington, D.C., right? Yeah. Pretty cool place to live, you know? Kinda cool. It ain't New York, but it's also not Florida. We're D.C., huh? We got a few cool bars and a bunch of shitty ones. And a lot of people with jobs that they feel morally ambiguous about. Oh, yeah. But they don't define themselves by the position, so that's how they live with their lives and stuff like that, because they're good to their friends and family or whatever, you know? I'm a lobbyist for Monsanto, but I'm putting my kids through college, you know? Oh, I can sleep at night. Oh, the Monsanto's coming for our children. The Monsanto, doesn't it sound like some sort of monster that steers the souls of Ecuadorian kids from the village? Oh, the Monsanto. I don't know. That's what I think of when I hear it. That's what I think of when I hear about the Monsanto. You know? It's cool. I'm a good guy. People dig me, you know? Oh, trying to get sexy. I mean, I know I look like I'll fly like airplanes or whatever, you know, but I'm just trying to tighten it up, you know? I'm trying to tighten up the hard body a little bit, you know? I was hitting the gym, but then I sort of fell off. But I've just never, my entire life, I've never been able to do pull-ups ever, even as a kid, ever. I mean, you kind of look like a pull-up guy right there. You look like if you fall off a boat, you can save your own life. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm so freaking proud of you. Oh, you know, look at you go with your adequate upper body strength. Oh, you're a champion. If I fall off a boat, I'm gonna die, all right? Because this is not happening. All my friends, my family, everything. I couldn't save them. Yeah. I've never been able to do them, not of his kids, anything like that. Do you guys remember the Presidential Physical Fitness Challenge growing up? Do you remember that bullshit, that madness with like the shuttle run, you know what I mean? And then the stretch thing? Different bodies are made different ways, man. This is bullshit. Pears can't touch their toes. Pears can't touch their toes. You know, there was like the mile run, there was sit-ups, everything like that. I remember if you did well enough, you'd get a certificate from the president that would allow you to have self-esteem as a child. Or you just wouldn't get one. Go back, deal with your day, failure, kid. Go live, deal with your day, failure, kid. You know? There also was that, for that thing, you guys, there also was pull-ups, there was. But for the kids that couldn't do pull-ups, there was the flex arm hang. You guys remember the fucking flex arm hang, dude? Where you just have to like desperately try to keep your chin above the bar, and then the phys ed teacher would start their stopwatch of failure, click, click, you know? And with every incremental fall, it got harder and harder to believe your parents growing up when they told you if you try your best, you could do whatever you want in life. It'd be like, oh, I ain't never going to the Olympics. No way, that is out. Oh, it would be a serious liability for me to become a firefighter. Oh, I'm never gonna have a standout performance in an orgy. No way. Looks like it's a life of video games and podcasts for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? You guys, you remember that? You remember that shit? Do you remember that? You guys into podcasts, man? Podcasts, yeah? You guys into Anti-Psychotics and mood stabilizers? What? More podcasts? Okay. I know what I'm dealing with, the podcast crowd, man. I've been on and off a bunch of Anti-Psychotics and mood stabilizers over the years. Whatever. It's cool. It's chill. One of the weirdest ones I was on for a little while was called Sapphiris. And it wasn't weird so much because the nightmares or like the boner situation. It wasn't the tricky boner situation or the nightmares. It was weird because the way it was marketed on the box. This is what it said. It said Sapphiris. Black cherry flavor sublingual atypical antipsychotic. Oh, yummy! Oh, delish! gosh. Finally, a black cherry flavor. We hope if you take this, you'll stop going crazy, pal. Oh, tastes so good in my tummy tums. Wait a second. Any chance you got that shit in blue raspberry or cookies and cream? Come on, help a brother out. I'm seeing dead people over here. What's that now? Side effects include flavor overload. Oh no, not flavor overload. It's too delicious. I can't handle it. Kool-Aid guy burst through the wall. Take your pills, psychopath. Yeah, man. I got bipolar disorder. It's so cool. Ladies, I got it, man. Every few years, my brain chemistry makes me think I'm Jesus. Hey, how you doing? What's up? Yeah, hello. Cool. Yeah, it's weird, you know? And also, I have bipolar 1 disorder, which in the medical community, they refer to that as classic bipolar. Classic bipolar, man. Yeah, my mental illness is basically the Rolling Stones album Sticky Fingers, you know what I mean? Classic. My mind is sort of like the Beatles' White Album, really, of like being crazy. It's pretty cool, you know? And it's just so brave of me to talk about it publicly, you know? Like getting rid of one of the last stigmas that's left, talking about it, mental illness, owning it through comedy. Holy shit, so you guys get to feel less uncomfortable, me being vulnerable. You're like, wow, I can't believe he's doing this. I feel so at home because he's talking about this thing and he's so opening up and it's beautiful, but he's also kind of being an arrogant, self-absorbed douchebag about it at the same time. I didn't even know that was freaking possible, man. It's so refreshing. It's such a breath of fresh air. You know? Thank you. You know, you guys can clap together at the same time. Like, this is my fucking special, guys. If you even think in your mind to clap, fucking clap. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, like the first time, like when I did this, I went, right? You're supposed to have clapped like 10 seconds before you started clapping. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I shouldn't have to tell you, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, you're cool. I like hearing snippets of strangers' conversations out of context. I especially love when the thing that's being said is so crazy I can't even figure out what the context could possibly be. I heard a guy say this. He goes, you know, if that plane crashed, I would have made a lot of money, man. What? How, dude? How would you have made a lot of money if that happened? Are you some sort of demented gambler? Who's placing long shot bets on planes crashing, dude? Like some sort of monster? Yeah, what sort of odds can you give me on a direct flight from Seattle, Washington to Burlington, Vermont? Yeah, crashing due to engine failure leading to the untimely death of over 100 innocent souls. 9.2 million to 1. I'd be an asshole not to take that bet. That would be ridiculous. I'd be an asshole not to do that. Are you kidding me? The odds. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on now. I got an inside tip from the Weather Channel. This one's going down. Could you love me if I was like this? Would you consider dating me? Like if I was a really good guy who really championed all of your hopes and wishes and dreams, and I was there for you, but I had this affliction, but we were like a 98% match on OK Cupid. Why can't you see past this? Why can't you see past this? I'm a human being. I'm a human being who just wants to love. Why are you so shallow? Why are you so shallow? Clearly I'm good at cunnilingus. All right, cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you know, chicks dig me, generally. You know, it's pretty cool. One time I picked up a girl because she was crying outside a bar. I was like, oh, that's my demographic. Good to know. Good to know. They don't call me the rock bottom kid for nothing. Oh, bang, 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 rock bottom kid. Oh, bang. Hey, girl, is your life going poorly? No problem. I'll sweep up the pieces of your broken heart. Oh, bang, bang, bang. Yeah, man. Had a couple threesomes over the years, huh? Like all of us here. I get it. I get it. One of them was a while ago, and it was me, a girl, and another girl. Pretty hot. One of the girls was straight, but when she drinks, she gets bisexual. We all know about college, right? And then the other girl was a complete lesbian who wanted nothing to do with me throughout the entire experience at all, man. And I remember at one time, I reached up my hand to grab this perfect, voluptuous, floppy lesbian breast, and she just swatted my hand away. So that was the first one. That was the first experience. Second one, not too long ago, it was me, a girl, and another guy. What? Don't worry, he was a good friend of mine. It wasn't weird. It actually didn't feel weird, because here's the thing. I think it's tough to be a woman in America these days in this culture. And I think sometimes a woman deserves to be loved on and serviced and pleasured by not one, but two men who can exalt her up and put her on the earth goddess Gaia mother pedestal she deserves after hitting on her in a bar for an hour and playing pool, because that's what we did. Then we took her back to her place. Real classy. And then we both start kissing her at the same time. And she's like, oh, two. We're like, yes, two. Two. Go with it, Earth Goddess, two, right? And we're getting down. And it's so much fun. And everything's going well, and it's great. But here's the thing, you guys. I didn't realize after I orgasmed how much longer they were going to continue having sex. It was a long time, you guys. I was like, oh, so that's how adults do it. Good to know. Good to know. At one point, I just became the DJ in this situation. I was like, you guys are still going at it? Oh yeah, no problem. I'll put on the B-side of this Bob Marley record. Three white people having sex to Bob Marley? That's horrifying. Buffalo soldier, dreadlock rasta, fighting an arrival, fighting for survival. That song's about slavery, man! That's messed up! That's messed up! Oh, man! Oh, the world is crazy. We live in it. Things get political. We get crazy. I'm on a political show called Redacted Tonight. You guys are into it? Yes. Very proud to get to be on that show. And sometimes my political opinions, man, they get me in trouble in different situations. They do. Like sometimes with the ladies, like things are going well, but then politics get into the mix and everything gets messed up. Like so I was hanging out with this girl and there was some, there was some mutual attraction going on and banter, and things were looking good. It looked like some sort of ooh la la situation was in the cards, maybe some sort of, orgasm sitch, right? Like, something was gonna happen. But then politics got in the way and everything got messed up because the movie American Sniper came up. You guys came out a little while ago. American Sniper. Have you guys seen this 21st century masterpiece of propagandistic, jingoistic, freaking warmongering bullshit? Have you seen it? I think you guys know how I feel about the movie. That's fine. But thanks a lot, Bradley Cooper and Clint Eastwood, man. Whatever. Okay. So anyway, so she goes, oh, I saw that movie. I really liked it. I think it shows like the struggle that our soldiers go through. And I was like, all right, John, you can be honest with her, but just play it cool, Just play it cool, right? So, very chill. I'm very chill. So chill. If there's one word about me, it's chill. I'm fucking chill. I go, fuck. I'm so chill! So I'm like, chill, all right? So I was listen, I agree that it shows the struggle that our service members go through psychologically, and PTSD is a serious problem, but I thought there were some problems with the movie, like the way they manipulated the narrative and crunched the timeline, as in you see the main character, he's with his wife, he's at home watching television, he's seeing when September 11th happened, he's watching the planes, hit the towers, and then it cuts to the next scene, he's in Iraq in 2003, and his commanding officer says they're fighting AQI, which is Al-Qaeda in Iraq, which didn't show up until late 2004 after the Saddam regime was removed. removed, and there was a vacuum of power that allowed these terrorists to come in. And still, there's a good percentage of Americans that think Saddam Hussein and Iraq were connected to and responsible for 9/11, which is not even the case, and this just reinforces that for them as like the first touchstone of history when people see this movie for years to come, you know? And I think it's really messed up that somehow you leave that movie and you feel like we as Americans had the moral high ground for invading that sovereign nation clearly against what was going on in international law, leading to the death of 1 million Iraqis, low end, and I actually don't even think it's respectful to our service members because it convinces the next generation of our heroes to go fight and die not for our freedom, but instead to enrich some special interests. So no, I didn't like that movie. That's what I said to her, you know? That's what I said to her. And then she goes, I don't want to hook up with you anymore. So, oh, that's one for you. Politics gets me again. Yeah. But then there's other people that really do like me, you know? Like, for example, I got an email from this girl, Haley, a fan, you know? It's really cool. Like, people reach out, you know, because I'm really, like, vulnerable. I talk about my mental illness, like I was saying earlier, bipolar disorder. So check this out. So she sent me this fan email that I'm going to check with you guys. This is real. This is the first line. She goes, Hi, John. I stumbled upon your work through my abnormal psych class. What? Crushing it! And now I basically want to give my professor a giant hug because I am so happy he inadvertently helped me find my favorite comedian. That's you. Wink. Aw, that's like really encouraging and horrifying at the same time. It's a real spectrum of emotions for me. It is beautiful though. She went on to say, really though, thank you. I never thought I'd be able to laugh at mania or psychosis rather than cry or get angry. I hope you read this and find a sense of satisfaction knowing you've made a positive difference in my experience with this fucking annoying as shit disorder. And that's beautiful. That is beautiful, right? It is. It is. It is. It is. You guys, but that being said, they're using my stand-up comedy as a pathological case study in an abnormal psych class at a college. I don't know how to place that, and it weirds me out. But more than that, I really want to know what college. So I emailed her back, and I said, thank you so much for sending me such a beautiful message, Haley, and I'm so happy that my comedy is connected with you. Also, I gotta know, how'd you find out about me from your abnormal psych class? Is there like a professor showing clips of my stand-up or whatevs? I'd be honored if that were the case, ha, right? To which she did not reply. So I let 2 weeks pass, and I sent another email. Johnny needs to know. Johnny needs to know. Next email. Hey! A lot of Y's. Way too many. Why? Hey! Too many Y's. I'm just really curious about where my stand-up is being shown at college. It's kind of an exciting thing for me. What class is it? So then she gets back to me. She does. And she goes, oh, hi, John. I was so excited to hear from you, but I must have let the message get buried in my inbox. Sexual. Yes, my professor incorporated your comedy into a lecture. The course was Psych 405, Abnormal Psychology. Yeah, Psych 405, son. Advanced level, son. Upperclassman type shit, huh? The severity of my mental illness cannot be disgraced by being taught in no Psych 101 prerequisite freshman bullshit. Nah, you gotta teach the psychosis of John F. O'Donnell to students who have made a decision to declare that as their major. Yeah! What the fuck? And okay, so it turns out it's a Dr. Paulson out of Old Dominion University, and he shows a clip of my stand-up when he teaches his unit on mood disorders. So is that a credit? Can I use that as a credit? So, and here's the thing. I don't know like how he lectures about me. I really don't. But I assume it's kind of like this. I assume he's like, gather round, students. Gather round. Observe comedian John F. O'Donnell, the embodiment of insanity. On stage, in his natural environment. Notice how he rants and raves about all of the medications he's been on throughout the years in order to try to marginally function in society. See how he desperately clings to his high-energy comedic persona, trying to evoke laughter out of strangers, hoping against hope that the laughter's loud enough that it can temporarily silence the madness lurking inside his cursed soul. Rue this sad clown, students. Rue this sad clown. I mean, that's probably how he does it, you know? Would you guys agree with me that the word bestiality sounds way too cool to mean what it means? Sounds like it should be a superpower, right? Don't mess with Steve, he's got bestiality. He can turn into a fucking panther. My name is Steve. I call upon my powers of bestiality, not to fuck animals, but to fight crime. Roar. Turn me into a condor. So I can descend down from the heavens, roar, and stomp out evil, roar. The only animal I fuck is my wife. Come on, folks, roar. She looks like a horse, folks, roar. Take my wife, please. Big up one time, Henny Young Man. Look it up, all right. It is very strange being in DC, though, man. This is where they make all the laws, huh? They make all the weird laws, huh? Yeah, government town, yeah. I think it's weird, man, that we pass all these laws that have these positive sounding names, but they do really negative things. It's like so Orwellian, man. Oh shit, John dropped the name Orwell. Oh, getting them hard truths from an edgy comedian. Orwell, I wore a Che Guevara t-shirt this morning, crushing it. Oh. But it does piss me off, man. Like, we pass these strange laws. Like, there's one called the USA Freedom Act that got passed a while back. Yeah, it sounds good. USA Freedom Act, yeah, I think so. You know, this is the USA, we've been wanting our freedom, right? But, so it's supposed to reform NSA surveillance, but if you really look at it, it actually expands it. And then there's also these right to work laws are getting passed at the state level all over the place. And that sounds nice too, you know, like, do I want the right to work? I think if I want to work, I'm gonna fucking be allowed to work. Am I right? Right to work, vote for yes, right? But actually a lot of people think it's the right to work for less because it undermines unions and things like that, right? So I think to balance it out, we have to pass some laws with some really negative sounding names that do really positive things, okay? And I'm working on a couple. You guys tell me what you think, all right? Here's one right now. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one. It's the Darkness Shall Descend Upon America Act. Are you guys aware of the Darkness Shall Descend Upon America Act? Well, I'll tell you, that right there, that funds Head Start programs for at-risk youths in economically challenged neighborhoods. Not too shabby. And there's there's another one I'm working on, right? Maybe you heard of this one. It's the Mandatory Pedophilia Act. Have you guys come across the Mandatory Pedophilia Act? That one diverts money away from military contracts and instead invests in our infrastructure, putting millions of Americans to work. That's mandatory pedophilia, y'all, and you all just clap for it. And I think it's beautiful that you're behind that and you support that because that's what our country needs. And then there's another one. Then there's the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequity of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger all those who would attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. Pop, pop, pop. Act. Yeah? Act. And that one's for world peace, you guys. That one's for world peace, you guys. That one's for world peace. Yo, that shit was from Pulp Fiction. That was the cool, badass Samuel L. Jackson soliloquy thing from Pulp Fiction. And I have hacked life in such a way that I get to do it publicly. You figure it out. You can't do that at your accounting job, motherfucker. Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson's black. I respect it. I like it. I embrace it. Well, that just made everything weird, didn't it? I will tell you this. I would never make love to another white woman again if a black woman would say hello to me. That would just be so cool. It has to happen at some point, you know? I'll tell you, but what does bother me, though, about this Black Lives Matter movement, about hashtag Black Lives Matter, BLM, is that, like, I think it's bullshit because I'm a white man that I can't be central to it. Like, my feelings don't count. Like, I can't lead this fucking thing. Like, I can't be the one that's front and center and it doesn't fucking matter. You don't know what I've fucking been through. You know what sort of persecution I've had to deal with and overcome in my fucking life, all right? You ever walk into Au Bon Pain? Huh? The French bakery, Au Bon Pain? Ever walk in there? Well, I walk in there every day trying to get breakfast, right? I'm trying to get oatmeal, but I get in there after 11 and they don't have any oatmeal anymore, all right? It's gone, and I'm doing this for weeks. I'm like, well, and finally I'm like, do you guys have any oatmeal left? They're like, yeah, after 11 we put it in the back. So they're like, oh, would you like some? And then they start bringing it out for me. But here's the thing, there's two types of oatmeal. There's plain and there's apple cinnamon. We will get back to that in a fucking minute, okay? So here's the thing, so here's the thing, right? So they start like specially bringing it out for me, and then one day I go to pay for it, and the woman, the cashier, she's like, oh, was that in the back? You can have it for free, okay? Oh, it's all sounding good. It's all sounding good, right? But here's the thing, I want plain, I don't want apple cinnamon. Somehow it got lost in translation that I was more into apple cinnamon, but I don't need that sugar in the morning, all right? Johnny, don't need that sugar in the morning. But here's the thing, so they're just putting out already for me the apple cinnamon one, and I'm getting it for free, so I can't be like, oh, excuse me, you know that oatmeal that you're getting from the back specially for me, and then that I'm not paying for? I'd really prefer plain compared to apple cinnamon, you know? But that being said, if they are out of plain, I would still take apple cinnamon. And now the fact that they're putting out there every fucking single day, so I'm locked into oatmeal 5 days a fucking week. What if Johnny wants a bagel, huh? What if Johnny wants some fucking carbs once in a fucking while? And you're gonna tell me I don't understand? Hashtag Black Lives Matter? Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! You don't fucking know me! You don't know what I've been through! What's next? You're gonna tell me I don't have a right to tell a woman what to do with her body? Get the fuck! Grow up! You don't know me! What do you mean I can't weaponize my own personal drone? This is bullshit! This is all bullshit! I'm tired of it! I don't care for it, man. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I'll tell you this. Any God worth believing in wouldn't give a fuck whether or not you believe in him. Is one of the least successful pickup lines I've ever used. That shit never works! Oh, hey there. Couldn't help but notice any God worth believing in wouldn't give a fuck whether or not you believe in him. Or her. Or her. Feminism. That's how you do it, man. That's how you pick up chicks. I got one more. Oh, hey there. Do you believe in heaven? Because if so, you're a gullible child. I'd like to take advantage of that. Also, I have no better alternative to provide you with. So, no, it's cool if you believe in heaven. Like, I do actually think, from a certain perspective, it is dangerous to believe in heaven. I think it's dangerous to believe in heaven from the perspective of the environment, because if you actually really think after you die you're going to go to this other eternal place that is forever and beautiful and perfect and pristine, it undermines your incentive to take care of this place here where you are now, right? Yeah, you know? Like we have the 6 mass extinctions happening now. A lot of it, but like, who cares here if all these like creepy looking bald eagles go extinct? Gross. If in heaven there's like awesome super rad eagles flying around with long flowing blonde locks. Oh, picture it. Oh, look at them go. Look at them. Oh, that one has the Farrah Fawcett. Oh, the 1970s Farrah Fawcett haircut. Oh, that one has dreadlocks. Oh, fly on, Rasta Eagle. Fly on, Peter Tosh Eagle. Yeah, we're gonna frack the earth to fucking death, man. Yeah, heaven eagles, you know? And that's why when something bad happens to the world, I hate when people try to explain it. They go like, well, it's all part of God's plan. It's all part of God's plan, and you can't understand God's plan. No shit you can't, because it's nonsensical and sociopathic. How about that? Could you imagine if you were hanging out with God and he pitched you his plan? You'd be like, dude, you need to see somebody immediately. You're messed up. Like if you're in a bar and God's like, all right, I got a plan. All right, you know how there's nothing? Well, I'm gonna create something, okay? Just bear with me here, I'm just spitballing, all right? First, I'm gonna create the heavens and the earth, and then I'm gonna create all these different types of life, and it's only gonna take me 7 days to do it. Well, technically 6 days, because on the 7th day I'm gonna rest, but I'm omnipotent, which means I'm all powerful, so I don't really need to rest. But don't worry, that's just the first of a whole bunch of shit that's not gonna make sense, okay? God's plan. God's plan, man. Nah, fuck that, yo. Fuck that, yo. I'm becoming a Buddhist, son. Huh? Johnny's gonna become a hardcore Buddhist, huh? Yeah? Yeah. Guess a bunch of Buddhists, huh? I get it. You know what I'm dealing with Buddhists that are, yeah, I get it. Buddhism's awesome, man. It's all about transcending desire. Huh? It's all about cultivating compassion in the face of anger. Huh? It's all about non-attachment. Huh? The Dalai Lama says, quote, attachment is the cause of suffering, hence it is the root and beginning of suffering. Wow. That has got to be the most badass way of telling somebody you don't want to be in a committed relationship with them. The old Buddhism loophole, son, yeah! I've been fucking everybody, yeah! Oh, sorry, Nancy, I know I betrothed myself to you, but you know, that attachment thing, right? Sorry. I'm trying to transcend that ninth world, that Bodhisattva state, get to nirvana. How am I gonna do that if I stop doing weird butt stuff with Tina on the side, you know? That's just simple religion, you know? It's just simple, yeah. Trying to get nirvana, son. Nirvana, nirvana, come as you are, as you were. And I won't feel the burn. It's pretty chill. Kurt Cobain had bipolar disorder. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds cool, so just any cool celebrity is passing it. I'm like, yeah, Kurt Cobain had it, so you're welcome, you know? It's weird, though. I hate that terminology. Bipolar disorder, yeah. Bipolar, bi means two. I only feel two emotions. I am a golden god. I'm gonna kill myself. Nothing in between. It's bullshit. Used to be called Manic-Depression. That's fucking cool. Manic-Depression. I'm Manic-Depressive, man, you know, because I'm an artist, right? Like, that's, Van Gogh sounds like he was Manic-Depressive, you know, it's cool. Plus, this is true, Jimi Hendrix wrote a really cool song called Manic-Depression. There's no song called Bipolar Disorder. That song would suck. What would it even be? It'd probably be like, I got bipolar disorder, yeah. I got bipolar disorder, which means inevitably it is my fate to become the estranged uncle that nobody talking about at family gatherings. Cause last thing they heard, I was living in an abandoned ferry boat someplace down by the East River, true story. And I was telling everybody I was the Messiah, true story. It is not cool to tell people you're the Messiah. How the fuck could I possibly think I was the Messiah? I no longer think I'm the Messiah, but when I did, I felt super special like a big-time celebrity, because really, who's more famous than him? Nobody. And now I'm normal again, so just bored all the time, relatively speaking. Messiah. Oh, I got bipolar disorder, yeah. I got bipolar disorder. I thought I was gonna get married to a French woman named Elaine Paris, and we were gonna move to a rural part of Ireland called Donegal and work at the post office. And even though I thought I was the Messiah, I thought somehow we were gonna give birth to like the super Messiah, true story Messiah. So now when I meet other women, I can basically only get 95% hard, because I'm like, yeah, you're cute, but you're not Messiah, baby, making cute. Peace out, Messiah. Oh, I got bipolar disorder, yeah. I got bipolar disorder. One time I walked into a delicatessen in Long Island City, Queens, and traded my iPod for a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. A can of Dr. Pepper and a Fifth Avenue chocolate candy bar. I think I got the short end of the stick on that one. And then a bunch of cops showed up in my apartment. They brought me to a state hospital in Queens, where I was roommates with a guy named Mr. Wu, who only communicated by eating oranges and spitting on the ground. Holy shit, what's going on in my life? And when I was in the hospital, I got my mind back, and I realized that everything I believed was total bullshit. I burned my entire life to the ground. The only way to describe that overwhelming amount of pain and humiliation is as though I was a lion who'd been reduced to a worm, but was tortured by the memory of what it was like to be that lion. Holy shit, that's poetic. I wrote that. And then I got out of the hospital. I moved back in with my mom and ate ice cream every day for 6 months and watched Burn Notice in USA, because I felt like I didn't deserve to watch good television. And then I clawed my way out of a psychological abyss of pain that's unspeakable and started doing stand-up comedy again. And just take a look at me now. 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 That's like a weird song, you know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna get that song, really. It's very unfortunate. Yeah, I'm a cool guy. Oh, man. Yeah, you know what I realized about myself? Like, I've been working hard to kind of try to transcend my ego, you know? Like, I don't know why you just laughed right there. Like, I just maybe because I'm like on stage demanding the attention from a room full of people. Whatever, that's fine. But I'll be honest with you, like, I think at this point I'm probably like the best in the world at transcending my ego. You know what I mean? You know? But you know what? You know I know I'm kind of a monster? Is like, I write publicly a lot. Like, at a cafe, in my mind, I'm like, well, people need to see the process. People need to know what's going on right here. It's like, ha, 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 look at me. I am writing publicly. Oh, this is going to be so funny. Look at me, don't look at me. Look at me, don't look at me. What are you looking at? Look at me, don't look at me. It's kind of weird, right? So, one time, I'm writing publicly, and I look over, and this beautiful woman, she's also writing. All right, and we lock eyes, and it's like, okay, here we go. Time to feed the egos of each other. What are you working on? What are you working on? Right? But before I could tell her about my bullshit, she told me what she was doing, and I was disgusted. It was fucked, right? Okay, here's the thing, okay? So she's super hot, 26 years old, aspiring actress, and she just started writing her memoirs. Oh, gross. Fuck you, lady. Fuck you. Can you imagine reading anything worse than a super hot 26-year-old aspiring actress's memoirs? Are you kidding me? I'd rather read Mein Kampf while episodes of Two Broke Girls playing in the background. It's fucking ridiculous. Who does she think she is? And how do those memoirs go? In chapter 1, I was born. Yay! Fucking yay! Chapter 2, now I'm 13 years old and I already have perfect tits. Life's gonna be so sweet for me. Wow, John, that's a creepy thing to type even in character. Chapter 3, I just graduated high school where I was voted most likely to be famous, which instilled in me a double-edged sword mindfuck. One edge being that I'll forever think I'm more talented than I really am, and the other edge being that no matter what I achieve now that's not in the entertainment industry, it won't matter to me at all because high school told me I was supposed to be famous. Chapter 4, it's my first day in New York, just lost my anal virginity. Whoops. Whoops. Chapter 5. Chapter 6. Chapter 7. God damn it, I was supposed to book that Fancy Feast commercial. Fuck you, cat. Chapter 8. Now I'm a pregnant interior designer. The end. The end. This is the end. My only friend. The end. This is the end. My only friend. The end. Father, I want to kill you. Mother, I want to. Ow! 5 to 1, baby. 1 and 5. No one here gets out alive now. They got the guns, but we got the numbers. Gonna win, yeah, we're taking over. Come on, John. No one knows what the fuck you're talking about right now. It was a Doors reference, man. You're cool. Do you guys know that if you Google Big Bang Theory, the first 7 entries are about the shitty television show? And the 8th entry is about the generally accepted theory of the creation of the universe? If that is not a fucking sign of the times you fucking live in, I don't know what is. So it's super rad these days for me is that finally, I've been doing comedy for about 15 years, so to have like a steady gig is so cool for me to be able, you know, to make a living doing comedy. And to me that's success, and I appreciate it. But I've had to have all sorts of weird kind of jobs and different things like over the years, right? At one point, I was a chocolate fountain operator. Like, that doesn't even sound like a human job, like you know what I mean? But I did. I worked for the Divalicious Chocolate Cafe, and I was a chocolate fountain operator. You know, those chocolate fountains at weddings and bar mitzvahs, the flowing chocolate things, right? You know, like so it's that. I mean, that chocolate's not gonna fucking serve itself. You know what I mean? You need a guy with a degree from the University of Michigan to fucking serve that shit up proper. And here's the thing, like I get it, you're trying to enjoy your evening, but if I'm providing chocolate for you there, just don't be an asshole to me, all right? People were mean to me because we get all these fancy places that I would go to, and it's like, you know, if I say hi to you, don't not say hi back, all right? You're not the Queen of England, dude, all right? You're about to partake in a socially acceptable human trough, essentially, you know? You can acknowledge my fucking existence. And then other people were just like mean, but also idiots about it. They'd be like, how do you do this? Oh, I'm sorry, are we bumming you out with this fucking dessert situation we've provided for you? How do you do this? How do you fucking do it? Grab a stick, fucking marshmallow, stick it in there, you fucking moron. How do you think you do it? You put your mouth in there, put your face in the fountain, cover your face in chocolate, yeah, shove some strawberries and marshmallows in there, then take one of the sticks, break it in half, poke out your fucking eyeballs. Poke them the fuck out. That's how you use the fucking chocolate fountain. You think I want to fucking be here? I'm a fucking comedian! Ridiculous job. And one time, for real, because I would get sent to holiday parties and I wouldn't know what the party was until I got there. I swear to God, one time they sent me in there, Hard Rock Cafe, Times Square, New York. What party is it? Fox News Christmas party. Yeah, fucking Johnny O'Donnell in there. Now I say Christmas party and not holiday party because they would freak out, you know what I mean? Because there's a war on Christmas. There's a war in Syria, assholes. So I go in there, and this was fucked up, because this was sometime, I think it was 2006 or something like that. So it was the first time that their ratings for like this cable news shenanigans like that, they hit #1 in terms of viewership, right? But I found out later that it was actually a technicality. They were like #1 in the category of white men over 55 years old. No shit, you know? But they were just claiming #1 status. And here's what I saw in there with my own eyes, which was crazy. There was like a big sort of screen, and projected onto it were all of these quotes, right? But all of the quotes were from Fox News detractors saying like, oh, Fox is never gonna make it. No one wants to see a conservative news outlet. They're too late to the 24-hour game. This. So all of this stuff was like their big like, fuck you to that. Like, it was just completely showed that it was a troll party. Like, that was it. Because nothing was like, hey, we really broke a story here. We really helped the American public with this one here. You know what I mean? We really are fair and balanced, and we're so proud of it. No, it was a big fucking circle jerk. And it really, I saw that with my own eyes. And I will tell you this, and this will make you guys feel better now. It says a lot about a person where they dip in the fountain, okay? It is. There's a lot of sociology going on there, a lot of psychology. So it's like if someone takes their, their stick with the marshmallow and goes to the crown, the top, waves it up and down, they feel good about themselves, They're celebratory, they're enjoying life, they're taking it in, it's majestic, it's beautiful, right? Other folks go right into the middle, very egalitarian, The sort of thing where it's like, okay, they're into more of a kind of collectivist. They're very concerned with income inequality, things like that. But then there's some people that dip down into the base, where the chocolate's already drying and whatnot. Like, they have such a level of just sort of disdain that they know that they don't really deserve what's going on. I'm gonna say almost all of the people at the Fox News Christmas party, they were base dippers, you guys. Just a whole bunch of crummy funkum base dippers, man. And here's how I know my theory is true, because Bill O'Reilly was there. For real. And Bill O'Reilly walked right up to me, walked up to my chocolate fountain of love and joy and togetherness. And he looked at me, and he looked at that fountain, and he turned around and he walked the fuck away, man. He did not dip! He did not dip! That's how much this man hates himself. He understands how much he's hurting society and hurting the world, that he knows he does not deserve to partake in that. And now everybody knows it. Yeah, man. It's, another job I had. This was a weird one. I was a real estate agent for a while. Which is it's a shady kind of job, It was very strange, actually, because I was doing it a lot in Brooklyn, New York, in this neighborhood called Bushwick. There's changing a lot, developing. So like it was, I kind of felt like I was a frontiersman gentrifier out there. I felt like I had like a figurative machete in one hand, and then just a satchel filled with things white people love in the other, And I'm like, here we go, we're bringing yoga mats, we're bringing hypoallergenic puppies, we're bringing organic, just organic in the abstract. We're white people, we eat organic, we deserve to live forever. Turn this small church into a froyo, Hitting too close to home for you guys in this one? Is that the fucking deal? Holy shit. You're like, that's who we are, but we consider ourselves liberal, so I don't want to think about that part of it. What, am I supposed to live at home forever? I can't move. It's a national trend. I got to stay in Connecticut forever. I don't want to stay in Connecticut. Yeah, man. I will tell you this. If you're renting apartments to say, young professionals, artists, bohemians, people just starting out, there's two words you can say to them that will make them lose their marbles and orgasm at their eyeballs. And those two words are expose brick. Yeah, baby. Expose brick. Yeah. Oh, I got some brick, it's so exposed, it's illegal in certain countries. Hey, you know that thing you see on buildings when you're walking outside and sometimes take notice of? You could have that inside your home. All right. You know what's cool about exposed brick? No insulation, your bills are gonna be higher. Oh, I'll also rent you an apartment with all hardwood floors, also known as floors. I'll totally rent you an apartment with floors because I'm such a good guy who desperately cares about your aspiring photography career. You overloved piece of shit. Yeah, what? You think you're better than all of the filters on Instagram? You know what I mean? Yeah. But what's cool is, now I get to tour the country and doing stand-up. It's awesome, It's just a really cool experience. Like I was in Denver a few months back doing shows, And the audience was great. I was connecting with the people, you know. It was beautiful. And during the day, I walked into a coffee shop, and this singer-songwriter open mic was going on. And it was really cool, you know. The dude was singing Neil Young, right? And all the musicians skewed older. I would say they were in, like, you know, mid-50s, like 55 or over or something like that. And the dude's singing Neil Young, and it's rad. But then things got really weird, because he goes, yeah, I just started writing my own songs 2 years ago, and here's one of the ones that's good enough to play. I hope it's okay to play it, right? My first thought was like, you're like 55 years old. Who starts writing songs when they're 53 years old? Was my first thought. But then my second thought was like, holy shit. I need to hear this song that's been burning inside this guy's soul for 40 fucking years or whatever. But then he started singing it, and I was like, oh, dude, stick to the cover tunes, man. You are a creep. Because this is the lyrics as verbatim as I can remember them. He goes, walked into a coffee shop the other day, saw a girl about my son's age. Uh-oh. We're already in trouble. She was wearing a black dress, ordered a mochaccino something. She looked at me, put her hand through her hair. I thought to myself, do I even dare? Old fool, still chasing rainbows. Aww. Old fool, trying to make Tom my best friend. Aww. This song's about how he wants to fuck young girls, you guys. And at this point in his life, he should really just sing it and tell the truth, man. Go all the way, go all in, and sing from his heart. And he should sing, old fool, still chasing rainbows. Old fool, maybe I can get this underage girl blackout drunk off of wine coolers and her self-esteem be low enough that she'll let me stick my Viagra-induced boner inside of her. Old fool, maybe I can hook her up with my son, he's still attractive, and then if they fuck in his bedroom, I can hide cameras at her place, jerk off the footage later. Old fool, I really want to learn some sort of Indo-China language or maybe Vietnamese, because I hear if you speak the native tongue, the guy who's in charge of the underage sex slave trade over there will give you better prices, and goodness gracious. We all know in this economy, it really hasn't recovered since the Great Recession, you know what I mean? Yeah, there are new jobs and things like that, but who is getting these new jobs? And the people that aren't getting, why is all of the new wealth going to the 1% still? You know, I mean, economic inequality is really a serious, serious problem, and I'm just really kind of worried about what's going to happen. I mean, can fracking even possibly work as some sort of bridge fuel to renewables? I mean, that seems insane to me, and I'm just lost and confused constantly, and I don't understand how to make sense out of my life. What is Bitcoin, by the way? What the fuck is Bitcoin? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't feel connected to my family anymore. I'm losing it. I just don't know much. I can't make sense out of my life in this digital age, and I'm just really lost and confused, and I'm constantly searching for answers. I need to get off this constant hamster wheel of desire and pain, and I don't know much, but I do know that I can't be paying top dollar for underage illegal pussies rainbows. That's what that guy should sing in that song. That's what that guy should sing in that song. You guys into Friedrich Nietzsche, man? Yeah, we got some Nietzsche heads out there. A lot of people think it's pronounced Nietzsche. It's just pronounced Nietzsche. I'm not gonna be like a dick about that, but I just want you to know that I know how to say his name, whatever, it's cool. Nietzsche, I get it. I like Friedrich Nietzsche. He's got a couple quotes that really flip my lid, make me feel good, find interesting, make me feel good. Here they are. One of them, he says this. He says, as evolving beings, our newest attribute is consciousness. And because it's new, it's still imperfect, thus it can still hurt us. Whoa. Then he also says this. He says, one day, maybe, laughter and wisdom can come together to heighten consciousness. Whoa. Fucking whoa. That means at my best, I'm an agent of evolution of consciousness, huh? Yeah. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Dad? Huh, Dad? What do you think about that, Dad? Oh, Dad! Oh, Dad! Daddy! Dad! Dad! Aren't you planning to become a lawyer? Dad? Huh? Dad? I'm heightening people's consciousness, Dad. I'm making us realize we're all connected, Dad. How? By telling one finger blast joke after another. Dad. Yo, my dad's a dick. He is. He's a fucking monster. He's been a piece of shit to me my whole fucking life. He's just a mean guy, you know, and he's never been present. And the best, like, reward and revenge that I have now is that he doesn't get to know me, you know? He doesn't get to see this. Like, so many great things are happening in my life. This is happening. It's fucking wonderful. And fuck him. He fucked up, you know? And you know what I'm gonna do? I always wanted to fucking do this. I'm gonna play the fucking, because he's the last voicemail that he fucking sent me. I'm gonna fucking shame him publicly on my fucking taping, and this is gonna be fucking recorded forever. Because you don't even know. No, you don't even fucking know what it's been like and all this shit. So, I mean, you know what? Fuck you, man.
Hey, John, this is Dad. Just calling to see how you doing. Love you, love you, love you. Give me a call when you get a chance. Bye.
Piece of human garbage. With his love you, love you, love you. Yeah, I get it. Passive aggressive much, Dad. Paying for my out-of-state tuition for college. To hold that over me, which you never do. No, he's a good guy, huh? He's a great guy, man. He's a great dude. We have a great relationship. So it's about time to wrap it up, but before I do, I only do this sometimes, just because you guys have been so great, I'm going to break out a character for you guys. Okay? Yeah, thank you. He's called the digging himself in and then out of a hole comedian, all right? So what happens, he says something super fucked up and offensive, and all of you guys go, boo, right? Like, really let it out. But then, through sheer comedic transplendence, he tweaks it and has a punchline of pure comedy gold, Jerry Gold, right? And then you guys go, yay! So before I go, do you guys want to see the digging himself in and out of the hole comedian? You guys want to see him? All right, here he goes. Hey, folks. Hello, folks. Hey, folks. Hello, folks. I don't know why he does that part. It's a waste of fucking time. It's kind of annoying, but that's who he is. All right, go. Hey, folks. Hello, folks. I just want to go on the record and say that I hate the Jews. For being so good looking, huh? Each and every one of them, they're adorable. Come on. I think a woman's place is in the kitchen. If the kitchen were a synonym for the Oval Office, come on. They're natural born leaders. Don't send a man to do a woman's job. Faggots make me sick. Of titties and vag, gross. Banging dudes is where it's at. People with cleft palates make me want to vomit. Golden coins out of my mouth so I can give them to Operation Smile. Everyone deserves a chance at love. That being said, children with terminal cancer don't deserve love. Courtney love, that is. She's not a stable person. Come on. People who smoke marijuana should be arrested. Development staff writers for the show. There's a lot of creativity on that thing. Come on. I think female genital mutilation throughout Africa and the Middle East is fun. The mentally wrong, I won't accept it's just the cultural difference. Orgasms for everybody. I think at the airport, Muslim people should be profiled. In Vogue magazine, they've got a great sense of style. It's blatantly misrepresented in popular print media, huh? Retarded people should be put in cages. Made out of chocolate. Made out of chocolate. Everybody. Made out of chocolate. Everybody. Made out of chocolate. 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 Wasn't that nice, huh? I'm John F. O'Donnell. Thank